Hello, in this video I'm going to demonstrate the LANDVO L200g, and I'm also going to be doing a reboxing. The 4.4.2 stock launcher that it comes with. These are the apps that come standard when you're on. And then of course you have the option to install a different launcher, or just that launcher and just add these different apps to your home screen. It really has very basic functionality. I can show you the apps that came built into the ROM. It was the browser, the calculator, the calendar, the camera, the clock, the downloads, the email. It also had Gmail, but I uninstalled Gmail. It has a file manager. This right here, that's the file manager. FM radio. The gallery, search, Google settings, Google Maps came installed, which is great, and the GPS and the navigator work great. I could actually demonstrate that for you. And it came with Movie Studio Editor, which is great. It came with the stock music app. It came with Notebook. Of course, it comes with the People app and the phone app in order to use the phone. It came with Play Store, and it came with settings, SIM toolkit, of course, because it has the SIM card, and sound recorder, Super SU, this to-do app here, videos, so when you want to just watch your videos that you've recorded, you can go to that app, and voice search. You don't actually have to go into the gallery. I've installed all the games and different applications. So it's very basic. It came with the Play Store, the only Google app and Gmail. Everything else that you want, Hangouts, Google Voice, all that kind of stuff, you're gonna have to download. But I can show you the file manager. It's phone. It comes rooted, and it has super user. But install Lucky Patcher, and I went to use Lucky Patcher. It told me that there was no busybox. A warning, busybox not found. Lucky Patcher can't continue. So I'm gonna have to install busybox on this phone in order for all of the rooting all of the rooting apps to work. Okay, so these are the two messages you get. See, slot 1 no SIM, slot 2 no SIM. I think that's just built also into the software, because there's only one SIM card slot on this phone. It's not a dual SIM card slot on this phone. It says SIM management. That's one of the first things that are there, but it's actually grayed out. So I'm thinking that maybe it's not working. So even though the SIM message is gone, it's not working because the SIM card that I put in there is not activated. Other than that, I mean, you can see it runs super fast. I'll show you the browser, because it is, and this is running, it's being tethered, and so it's running extremely fast for it to be being tethered without even having like full Wi-Fi access. I mean, I do have LTE and some LTEs, but you see how fast that page popped up. Do something with a little more information on it and show you. Let's take advantage of the .com button we have. And you can see how fast or how slow it loads. So, I mean, you saw that. It's really quick. It's really responsive. So, you know, I love that about it. Some of the apps I can't actually show you. Like, I mean, I would show you the SMS app, but I don't have a SIM card in it, so it's not utilizing the SMS or the phone. But I can just show you what they look like. It's pretty stock. It's pretty standard. Let's see with the camera. The camera, you know, is decent. So this is the image that we see on the camera. Settings. I don't know how to... Oh, okay. So we flip it. You know, so this is the image that we see on the camera, and that's the image that we see with my HTC One Max. So the image, and maybe we'll do it in landscape, so you can see it's not very different. You know, it's not bad. I gotta put the phone in a place where it will actually come through clear. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's what it looks like on this phone. Now that it's focusing, so you get to see that's what the image looks like on this phone, and that's the image with this. So yeah, this one is clearer, but this one has a 5 megapixel camera, and the one that I'm using is a 4 megapixel camera, but it has like high density 4 megapixel. So, you know, I guess that would be the difference. But the images, they look pretty good. They come out clear. And that's pretty much, I think, everything as far as the phone is concerned. I can show you the settings. This is the drop down window for the EQS. These are what's in there. You have the screencaster for Chromecast. You have the audio profiles. You have brightness and audio rotation. You have data usage, data connection, airplane mode, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, location, settings, and your battery. And then you have the owner. There's no way to change those or swap those around. That's the way that they always, you know, sometimes you can swap them around. This is the notification bar. And it says, I don't know if it's going to come through for you guys, but it says emergency calls only. There it is. And that's the notification. If you want to get to the settings, of course, there is a button here. There's an icon there, and then there's the settings button here. When you go into it, there's the SIM management. So if you had a SIM card, you'd be able to connect your SIM card in there. A wizard pops up automatically when you put it in and asks you, is this correct? And you just say yes or no to it, and then it just goes from there based on, you know, what you answer. And the tethering hotspot is there. I know from another video they said it works, but since I don't have a SIM card, I can't vouch for it, but I was told that it works once it has a SIM card in, which is great. With the phone being rooted. Home, they have audio profiles, display, storage, battery, apps, location, security, backup and reset. So everything's pretty standard. They have the schedule, power off, accessibility. Developer options comes already activated. You don't have to go into About Phone and activate it. And here are the basic software. It's Android 4.4.2. The model number, the build number. What I don't see here is the kernel. So I don't know what kernel it's using. It doesn't show you that in About Phone. And the other thing that may be good to know about this phone is that it does not come with a recovery. So if you want to make a backup of this phone, you're going to have to use the SP tool that they have created for China phones. It does have a recovery, IMG out there, so it does have the image, but in order to put the image on there, you got to use that tool. So that's also something that I'm going to do that I haven't done yet, because since I'm sending it to my mom, I just want, if anything crashes or goes wrong with the phone, I want her to be able to restore it. So I'm definitely going to put that Clockwork Mod recovery on there to make backups for her. And so that is the LANDVO L200G in a nutshell. Some of the other things that I can show you, which are the battery. This is the back. It came with stickers for it in order to be able to have like the IME and all of that stuff. And so it comes in ABC stickers, and then there's one big one. So I just put the C sticker on her door frame in case she ever has to call her phone company and like work with them and they ask her for the IME. She doesn't have to take the battery off, but it's also located there for her. But I want to show the battery. It is branded LANDVO. It tells you the model. It's 200 milliamp battery. 2,000 milliamps. It's 3.8 volts. What I've noticed with it is it takes about an hour and a half to charge, and you get about, with heavy use, I've gotten about 4 hours off of this battery. They don't have extras right now, but if they did, I would have bought her two, because 4 hours with heavy use means that she'd probably get about 8 hours with low use. So I would want her to be able to go a day without having to charge. So I would have wanted to get her two batteries, but they don't actually have spares for sale yet. Here is the back of the phone. And see, it only has one SIM card slot, so I don't know why the phone, that's why I said that's just a software thing. I don't know why the phone says it's two there. And so oh, I didn't demonstrate this for you yet, so let me do that. It comes with the cover for the phone, which is a standard TPU cover. And it fits it extremely snug. And TPU covers don't generally stretch. Most of the time what they do is kind of get discolored over time with wear. But I really like this TPU cover because of the design of the phone. This is something that I said I would demonstrate later. With the design of the phone, it actually is completely flush. It's completely flush with the phone, as you can see. So it is completely flat with the screen. Now, one of the things I think it doesn't do is, like, if you drop it, then you don't have it so where the screen doesn't hit the ground. I think that's what some other TPU cases give you when they have that, just that little bit of lift on the edge. If the phone fell flat, that edge keeps it from actually hitting the ground. Where with this, yeah, it's going to hit the ground. If it hits the ground, the screen is going to hit the ground too. So I guess, that's the con of this, but it feels really good. to have that TPU case be flat, and it actually helps you not to, because I think sometimes with my TPU case having that little edge on it, it forces me to sometimes get my finger into the screen and push things that I don't want to push. But with me being able to literally hold it and see how my thumb is not leaning over the screen, with the other one sometimes you have to kind of hold it in to that bump in order to get a good grip, and sometimes I touch things on my screen that I don't want. So and it doesn't even look like you have a case on it when you look at it. So this is designed very, very, very well. You know, oh, I didn't even get to close this. I didn't close this well here. So I think that it'll give it a really good seal in case it falls in the water or whatever, especially because those buttons are built into, having those buttons built into the back door case allows it, I think, to have a better seal. So it's sealed the same way all the way around, and then this TPU case just snaps right on top of that. So that's something that I wanted to demonstrate. And since this is a reboxing, you're going to see me put everything back into the box the way that it came. So the first thing that we want to do, now that I'm going to actually start reboxing, is it came with this screen cover originally on it. So we can put this screen cover back now that we've actually ran the phone and done everything. And it covers the cover. Alright, so we have that. And then what else came in the box was a replacement for that. So there is also the replacement screen cover. And here's the internal part of the box. It's a nice, pretty light blue color. And so what we're going to do is we're going to slide this back into this plastic here. And that goes on the very, very bottom in the box. Then the next thing we have is the information book. And it's pretty much a fold out. You know, like it's actually more like a pamphlet. So in order to read it, you have to open it all the way, and then you have the different sections, and you read it like one big pamphlet. It's not really a book. And then it comes with these lovely earbuds, but because this isn't my phone and I still want my mom to be able to unbox, I haven't opened the earphones. I haven't used them, but they look pretty nice. They don't come with the extra sizes, but I have a whole bunch of the extra sizes, so I'm actually going to throw some of the extra sizes, a large and a small. This looks like this is like the standard medium ones. So I'm actually going to throw her some different size earbuds in there, but that came in the box. And then we have this USB cord here. So we're going to put that back in. I took that out to, you know, see how it charges, because I really wanted to see how the phone charged. That came in the box. We have the brick, the charging brick. That's the USB. A lot of times when you put your hand in or you put a new object in, it'll help it focus. Okay, so that's the USB, and it plugs in the wall that way, so it's a side port, which I also think is helpful, being a side port. Oh, actually, and then this came in this bag. a LANDVO bag and the back cover. So we're going to put that back cover in this bag. And before we do that, we see the battery, and we're going to put the battery back, and then we're going to put the cover back, and then we have this nice little plastic felt covered cradle for the phone. Let me stick that down inside. And there's the phone. It goes back in. Kind of got to push everything back down. See, things don't always go back the way they started. Do it slightly differently. I'll put the back cover down on the bottom, and then that kind of creates space. So now I put the back cover down, and it has like an opening, and I'll stick these things down into its opening here, and I think they'll cradle better. I just have to kind of go sideways. Alright, and we'll try to put the phone back in again. And that is a snugger fit. Oh, because I'm trying to close it wrong. So once I put all that back in there, then I close this down. Now see, now I've put a little bend in the box. And then the phone goes on top of that. And then we have this beautiful gray and white box with blue writing. And then you also slide the phone back in. And the way you get it out is by pulling on this little tab here. It came wrapped in plastic, so we can, let's see, pop this back into the plastic. That it came covered in. And then it came in another box, which is this box with bubble wrappers, air wrappers. And it also came with a another European plug. So that's pretty cool that it came with that. And this was kind of, these two were here. This was taken out. How was this in here? I think this was in here like this. And you had a bubble here. And a bubble here. And then you close down the box. And then this box came inside of the package. So I must say, it came very well protected. It was weather protected by this, water protected, and then with all the air, with the air packaging, and then all the boxes, crush protection. So it had 4 layers of defense. So they really packed it up really well. And so that is my reboxing of the LANDVO l200g. I hope that this video helps someone. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.